Hey y'all, we're gonna go over feedforward tuning for Roadrunner. This is an informal video. It's totally impromptu. I have no script. I don't know what I'm saying. The flow is gonna be absolute trash. My apologies. I'm not gonna do any audio editing. It's gonna be one take. No cutting, post processing, all that jazz, all the and the pauses and all that stuff. It's going to be left in. So my apologies, but mediocre video is better than no video. So, and the videos I do have in the works right now kind of take a long time to make. With school, it's not going to come out soon, so my apologies. But let's get started. Oh, and also because this is kind of like a quick thing, kind of gonna glance over a lot of things. I'm gonna assume you know things. We're going to I don't know what's going to that. So if you do have problems, consult the FTC Discord, consult the Reddit if you want a response time of 10 days to infinity. But yeah, let's get started. So just to preface it, the bot you see to your right there, is straight for V1. It's a Skystone bot. So yeah, kind of slow, works for the tutorial. And I have not actually tuned this using or tuned the feedforward for this bot. So consider this an adventure. We're gonna explore this together. But you're on this step right now, drive feedforward tuner. You are not using drive velocity PID because you don't have encoders on all your drive train motors. And you've done your drive contents, you've tuned your dead wheels, localization test is for tuning the dead wheels, and all that cool jazz. So let's begin. I'm going to drive feedforward tuning and follow these steps right here. So first thing we want to do is get a baseline for all our feedforward values. So we're going to run, actually first of all I'm going to reset my position using localization test. Yeah, PS4 controller. Cool thing about the DualShock is it's Bluetooth, so that it doesn't actually need to be connected via wire. Not legal during competition, but you're allowed to use Bluetooth during, or no one's going to stop you during programming or like drive practice. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're going to run automatic feedforward tuner. Remember to turn off the 30-second auto timer. Just press play to begin the feedforward routine. You're going to follow the steps that it tells you right here. Also, automatic feedforward tuner is kind of optional. You can just skip straight to manual tuning, but I'm kind of just demonstrating it to get a baseline. Would you like to fit case static? Press A for yes, B for no. We are going to press yes. Place your robot on a field with at least 100 inches in front. 100 inches of room in front. Okay, press A to begin. It's going to slowly ramp forward, we can see. And then it calculates KV and K static for you. So I'm going to stick these in here. KV is pre-populated with the default values for just this default value right here. Oh, also I kind of neglected to mention set run using encoder to false in your drive constants file. That'll turn it off drive velocity PID and switch to a feedforward. And these are my tune values from earlier, but these aren't important because setting this to false doesn't use that. But yeah, it gives us a pre-populated KV value, which is like basically it's very close to what you'll actually be using. So yeah, that's the value it gives me. I'm going to replace it with the value that this automatic feedforward tuner gave us. So So that's the number printed. I would show you, but there's no point. It says, would you like to fit K? A. Press A. And place the robot back to its starting position. So I'll be right back. Alright, reset the position of the motor, or the bot. Press A to begin. And it does its thing, and it's going to calculate Ka. My apologies for the background noise. So it gives me a Ka 0.0037, which is like really low. And honestly, this is probably going to be too low for us. The automatic tuner is not very good at calculating Ka, unfortunately, because it needs to measure acceleration, and the RevHub, just the data seems to be too noisy to be able to do that properly. So we need to fine tune with the manual feedforward tuner. So I'm going to run localization test to reset the position of the bot. And then we're going to boot into manual feedforward tuner and make sure to turn off your 30-second auto timer. And let's begin. Alright, and so it's going to graph stuff. You're going to click measured velocity and target velocity. You can do air if you want. I personally don't. Just it's a personal preference thing. But yeah, we can see that our graph is like pretty well tuned already with the automatic values. Yeah, so KV is pretty good. Let's take an example of an untuned KV. I'm gonna remember that screenshot and keep that. But yeah, so let's assume our KV is at 0, and then we have to tune manually. KV is at 0, which means our robot will stop. But let's just pretend we are manually doing it from scratch without that previous value. You're gonna start at a very low value, and you're gonna start going up. Alright, and we see our bot is off the field right now, so you can press square, I believe, on the PS4 controller, and whatever the respective value is for the Xbox and Logitech, you can refer to Learn Router page for that. We can see that it is X on the Xbox and Logitech gamepads. And that puts you in driver control override. And then to go back to the tuner, we press A on the Logitech, X on the DualShocks. But yeah, so X goes back, and our KV is too low, so we're gonna go 0.1. That's gonna be way too high, right? So we're gonna go back to 0.1, and then we start increasing. It's 0.2. Okay. Oh snap! Gotta reset the position. Oh no! Oh, it is not great. Anyways, reset position. Restart tuning. Okay, 0.2. We can see that the graph doesn't reach it, or our measured velocity doesn't reach it. So you increase KV. It's going down. Still hasn't reached it all the way. So I'm gonna increase it a little bit more. That's perfect. It reaches the top of the graph. Oh, and then we're going to assume that our KV is 0, so we're tuning from scratch. And actually, that value didn't work very well, anyways. So what KV does is it reduces the fade lag right there during the acceleration phases. So we want to increase that. Increase Ka. So I'm going to start at a low value. That clearly doesn't do anything. And we can see it's getting smaller. Our bot's going off the field, so I'm going to reset the position. Oh, and it's completely fine for it to drift like that. The Canon drive, it'll do that because of uneven weight distribution, or all your motors aren't going the same speed, or a number of reasons that we don't really know. But that'll be corrected for later with a heading PID. But for now, we just deal with it and reset our bot. Oh. So yeah, let's continue tuning. We're gonna increase KA. Let's go with 0.2. And yeah, that's lining up pretty well right there. Let's go with 0.3. I feel like this is gonna be too high. Oh no, that's pretty good. Alright, let's try 0.4. Even though 0.3 works, but just to demonstrate what K does. So we can see it's now too high on this acceleration phase. We're gonna go keep it at 0.3. Works great. That's lovely. And honestly, that's all you need to do for for feedforward tuning. This bump right here, you cannot get rid of because of the RevHub motor controller. But yeah, this is a well-tuned graph. It's beautiful. It's perfect, with the exception of this bump, which we cannot get rid of. RevHub motor controller has a deceleration problem, it seems. I'm gonna pause that. Reset the position. RevHub motor controller has a deceleration problem, so unfortunately, we can't really do much to fix that. So yeah, that was a nice graph. And normally you'd be done, but I do want to demonstrate something. So, we don't have any feed. Okay, this video is 11 minutes long right now. So I'm just gonna talk on a bit. You can stop watching right now. That once you're done tuning, right? Literally, all you do, you get K static from the automatic tuner. You get KV, or you raise KV enough where it hits the plateau, and then you raise KA until the acceleration matches. It's really easy to tune. But I'd like to demonstrate something right now. KD on the translation and heading PIDs will act on the derivative of position, right? KP acts on position error, but KD works on the derivative of position, which is velocity. And so, because the current Roadrunner setup doesn't close the loop for pulse velocity, which we're tuning right there, the KD technically works as a P controller for velocity. So let's just see how that works. Oh. Alright. So what we should see, I actually don't know what we see. This is the first time I'm doing this. As I said, it's an adventure. Okay, it's actually not doing anything. That was underwhelming. Maybe my values are too small. Let's go like a big value. Maybe it's not doing anything. I didn't actually prepare for this video, as you can see. No, I lied. It's not doing anything. So, yeah. That's it. Thank you. Good luck tuning. Peace. Okay, just an addendum to the last thing, since I ended kind of suddenly. It doesn't, the KD doesn't work anything on the the manual feedforward tuner, because it doesn't actually use the translation heading PIDs. It actually does work as a P controller for pulse velocity, but how a manual feedforward is structured right now, it doesn't do that. We'll change that in the future. Just but yeah, and also make sure you save your constants from here, like let's see, Ka, Kv, K static, and you stick them in there. Yeah. Enjoy. Good luck tuning.